Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Tea. I'm your host, the amazing Tea Street. This is my second of two mugs that I received as a gift last week. It says CASTLE. CASTLE stands for the California Association of Student Leaders. And if you're ever wondering what to get me and you can't figure it out, get me a coffee mug because I could use a different mug every single day. I'm so excited about today's topic. My topic today on Coffee with Tea is all movement ain't moving. Yep, I didn't say isn't moving. I said all movement ain't moving. I want to distinguish for you. Most people who know me that I'm a grammarian. I love language and I love what language does with its nuances. And so this morning I want to talk about the difference between movement and moving. Movement is a noun. As we think about all the things that we want to accomplish as the new year comes upon us, and as all of us do, even if we say we're not, what's your word for the year? What's going to be different in 2025? What am I going to intentionally do that I didn't do in 2024? We all start to contemplate those things. And so I wanted to make sure that we go in with a clear understanding that many of us spent 2024 in movement. But if we want our lives to be different in 2025, we got to get moving. So movement is a noun, whereas moving is a verb. A noun is a person, place, or thing. It, in and of itself, without a verb with it, doesn't do anything. Every noun needs a verb. Every noun in English language needs a verb. So when we talk about forward movement, it doesn't mean anything because sometimes the weight of gravity, sometimes motion itself can make us move without any intentionality. But if you want to change your circumstances, you got to start moving and not just be movement. Movement is a concept, whereas moving is an action. One thing we think about, the other thing we do. So if you want to stay where you are, keep operating from a place of movement. But if you want to go forward and move your location, I suggest that you start moving. Now, a change in position is movement. It can be movement. For example, if you're laying in the bed, and you flip over to the other side and you move from your right side to your left side or to your back side or to your front side, that's movement. But it didn't change. It changed positions, but it didn't change location. When you get up and you go and brush your teeth, that's moving. Because there's a difference between movement and moving. Moving requires a change in location. Movement just requires a change in position. You got to decide which one you want to do. I think about it often. I love to go through the car wash, and I have unlimited car washes. So sometimes I'll go through a car wash every day of the week if it's not raining, or if it's raining and I don't like the fact, even if it's going to rain again, because I pay for it, I can go through the car wash as many times as I want to. One of the things I like about it is it's one of the places that doesn't require me to do anything. As long as I put it in neutral, movement of my car happens. But when I get to the end of the car wash and I no longer have something propelling me forward, I've got to do something if I want my car to go beyond the car wash and I don't want the people behind me to hit me. So what I have to do is I have to move. I move from neutral down to drive, and then I put my foot on the gas so that I can go forward, because movement ain't the same thing is moving. I need at that point my car to move and not to be in movement. So I want to encourage you today that as you think about what you want your 2025 to be, know that the difference between another difference between movement and moving is that one doesn't require, good morning, Darlene, one doesn't require a mover. Movement, I remember when my mom was in hospice and she would have involuntary movement. Her hand would move just because. It didn't require her to have any intentionality of the movement. But I remember at one point she was very intentional when the boys came to see her while she was in home hospice and she was literally beginning her transition. She was very aware that they were there and she wanted to comfort them. And so with intentionality, she moved her hand because moving requires a mover. She moved her hand to stroke them so that they would, one, know that she was cognizant of their presence, but two, because she knew that they needed comforting. And so I'll say to you, if you want your 2025 to look different than your 2024, I want to encourage you to not be content with movement, because movement is a noun, but instead be content to be moving, which is a verb. I'm the Amazing T Street. There's nothing amazing in me that's not in each and every one of you. So I encourage you in 2025, get moving. Have a great day.